Y'all got a thumbs up the video. It's 112 of y'all in the building already. So these likes should be at least at 100. Y'all gotta like the video, man, because we're working. We're working hard, honey. And we gotta work even harder on these thumbs up. All right, thumbing up the video really helps boost the YouTube algorithm. Okay, more importantly, it triggers up the YouTube notification system. So thumb it up, up. Honey, teamwork make the dream work. Let's get these likes up. Take a few seconds and thumbs up the video. Support the king. Support one of your favorite content creators. Thumbs up, child. Uppity, up. Get 'em up. Wake up, honey, to the Folgers in your cup. We at 85 likes. Come on, we need 15 more likes. You guys see, the more y'all like the stream, the more people get up in her, because we're sending out notifications when you thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. All of the Conscious crew need to be in the building when we get into the things of the things of the things. Okay, we need the whole community. We need the whole tribe up in this. All right, thumbs up. All right. We need about 3 more likes to get to 100. And we need to tell. It's 169 y'all in the building. It should be at least easily 150 likes on this video. We're going to be seizing the kingdom by way of violence, baby. Okay? We started the year strong. We got to end the year even stronger, baby. We less than, what, 40 subscribers away from 50K, etc. Amazing. Y'all thumbs up, child, because I got time. I always got time, baby. I got time, child. Oh, yes, I do. Thumbs up the video. That's right, Bootsy. Y'all remember, hands down, thumbs up. It's time to play 7 Up, period. Y'all thumbs up the video, man. I'm only one of the best, man. It's only iconic, man. And every now and again, we're going to be stopping and pausing and stopping to get these thumbs up together, girl, because once again, honey, we got to do it. Sorry, y'all, okay? You know, if y'all just would get into the habit of doing it automatically, we could just flow, you know? But if we got to stop and do this, if we got to stop and frisk, okay, for them thumbs up, then so be it. You know, we going to do whatever it takes. All right, what's going on, you guys? Let me switch over to my microphone. I bought a new mic. I told you guys the last one, girl, we burnt her down to the ground. All right, so I just switched over. Ooh, the new mic is micing already. I can see it from the system. How do I sound, you guys? What is the sound quality given, child? Because the bars are barring on my end. But how does it sound on you guys' end? Let me know if the sound is clear and concise. Give me a 1 in the chat. All right, tell me what it sounded like. Let me know what it sounded like. You give me some feedback. Sounds amazing. All right, that's what I'm looking for. Thank you, baby mama Ray. All right, money well spent. All right. Shout out to my, hold on, somebody just sent an old nasty piece of child support check. How doing? How doing? My baby mama Star, thank you for the old nasty piece of child support check. Grand Rising, baby mother Star, love you down, boo. Thank you. All right, you guys know what we're here to get into, child. Waking and bake first thing. We got to get on it, child. Helena had me screwed up, messed up, honey. Trying to take me out of the business, honey. Every time I'm in my prime, you know, the devil always trying to walk amidst me, honey. You got to rebuke her ass. All right. So she was trying to take me out of her. Honey, talking my power wasn't going to come back. Chill Wednesday. Said who? What Wednesday, honey? That day. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Daughter. On period. Thank you, baby daddy Tramel. So you guys know what we're here to get into. Before we go ahead and do so, get these thumbs up. All right. Thumb it up not only helps with YouTube's algorithm, but more importantly, triggers up YouTube's notification system. So when you are thumbing up the video, you know, you're doing the Lord's work over here. It's only hands down one of the most significant things you can do. And it don't cost you a damn thing to do it, all right? So whether you are a Bush baby, part of the Replay gang, or you're actively in this chat with me, don't forget the thumbs up. Also, shout out to all the new subbies. Once again, we're less than 40 subscribers away from 50K. Could not do this without you guys. Don't want to be nowhere else but here doing this with you all right? So I appreciate it. Also, make sure that you guys have your notification bell set to all. And last but not least, please share the stream to whatever it is you have digital community, whether it be your YouTube community your Snapchat, your BGC, your Scruff, the dark side of Twitter, Tumblr, or your personal OF. I don't really give a damn. Slap the link on the Ops platform, all right? And let them whores know that we're live, and we're certainly in calling. With no further ado, let's go ahead and push on through.
I know a place where you can recharge your soul.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
And in the midst of brokenness, he gon' see your asshole.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
You gon' heal, you gon' laugh and catch a little shade.
Ooh, girl.
Y'all know he be slaying, y'all better stop playing. Come hear what he's saying.
Ladies and gentlemen.
All right, what is going on, Conscious Crew? Let me speak to you guys, honey. Miss Helen tried to huff and puff and blow the chateau, baby. I think not. No, it's too many of y'all, man. It's a whole lot of y'all offending her. I'm just gonna say good grand rising to everybody in the building. Hey, my beautiful moms, what's going on? Thank you guys for the hair. I got a photo shoot coming up, so I'm thinking about changing it up a little bit and doing some braids, okay? So I'm just, you know, playing around right now. It's going to kind of be a witchy, high fashion type of a shoot, okay? Just some publicity stills. Y'all know how I do, honey. Got to give y'all old nasty visual. Plus, I'll be shooting my intro real soon, so I'm also just working out looks for my introduction, which is going to be slightly somewhat like a music video, okay? It's going to be very, very, very iconic, okay? Which is all that we do here. I want to say that if you guys are leave the hair like that, you're killing that look. I don't leave my hair like anything. My hair is meant to change, baby. So it'll be like this today, and then it'll be wet and wavy tomorrow, child, okay? But, you know, the hair are always hair. It'll always hair. All right. And this is 40 inches of some shit too, child. It's long. I don't even do long no more. I came on this bitch, you know, 40 inches or longer, or you were practically bald-headed, in the words of my baby mother, Madison, child. And then the past few years, I just kind of got real bobbish, got real shoulder length, honey. Got into my, corporate White House Oval Office length, honey. You know, grown woman, grown nigga length. But yeah, you know, I haven't worn braids in years, so this is very interesting for me. I feel I feel more dominant in natural hairstyles. My niggas be appreciating the spirit that's on this hair. I'll just say that. All right. But hope you guys are safe. We got a lot to get into. We got 2 live streams to get to back to back. So we're going to be here for a little minute. We got to get into some things. I know I was out of the loop once again. I had no idea Helen was happening. That's how checked out I am. You know, I live my life by faith and not by sight, baby. I don't be aware of nothing I probably need to be aware of. But that's also how the weapons are never able to prosper, because I don't give weapons attention. If you ever want to neutralize any type of threat in your life, I don't care whether it's emotionally, mentally, in this case, environmentally, baby, all you guys to do is deny. And I don't mean like that shallow denial. You got to practice that real, genuine dust paying. Okay, if it can be genuine dust paying, okay, not that performative shit that people be doing all the time. They ain't bothered, but they bothered. Okay, they don't see it, but they see. I'm talking about like when you genuinely turn your give anything outside of that which favors you, that which fucks you, and that which finances you. Okay, your ass to kiss, baby. That shit literally can't even get off the ground. Not even Miss Helen, girl. Okay, because for a minute, I was going to deal with her. Because I was like, oh, it's been a minute since, we've been without technology, girl. Okay, it was giving no lights. It was giving no Wi-Fi. It was taking me back to the mid-90s, girl. I started... A bitch started thinking he was out of an episode of The Little House on the Prairie, girl. Like, I was in here washing damn drawers and clothes by hand, feeling like my great-great-granddaddy and shit, just up in here, honey, just really feeling myself. I was like, I can really do this. Bitch, 30 minutes into really doing this, I got out there in that damn yard and rebuked that damn storm in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Daughter, baby. And lights back on, girl, okay? So, Little House on the Prairie days are over, bitch, okay? A nigga too spoiled, a nigga too rich, a nigga too privileged, girl. And in the words of Kamala Harris, we ain't going back, baby, okay? Them days are a distant memory for a reason, baby. We ain't going back at all. So we here, child. So let's go ahead and get into it. I just want to pick up exactly where we left off at with Diddy, girl. There are a lot of developments. We're going to get into all of those developments in the next live stream. This particular live stream, I want to focus on two things. First and foremost, you guys know that we reported on Thalia Graves, okay, who is one of the most recent Diddy lawsuiters, okay? You guys know she's being represented by celebrity attorney Glorila Allfred, okay, with her stiff white woman hair wearing ass. All right, you guys know that Glorila acted as an accessory to the recent press conference with Thalia Graves, who reported being actually assaulted at Bad Boys by way of Diddy and one of his security guards, Joseph Sherman, if I'm not mistaken, all right? So we had read from an article, and then we had watched that press conference in real time. However, I later found out that the details of the articles did not do the details of that lawsuit any justice. So we're going to actually be reading the PDF file page by page, because if the things that I was told are in that lawsuit, Diddy going to hell, baby. Diddy is just, he already going to hell, girl, but he going like to hell, baby. If I'm able to corroborate what I heard with what we're going to read here today. Also, there's been a lot of conversation. You guys know that people who used to be around Diddy are also making their way up, bobbing to the surface. You guys know a lot of conversations are happening around Justin Bieber. We want to get into him in the next live as well. Ashton Kutcher, Leonardo DiCaprio. The list goes on and on and on and on. Well, one of those individuals has also been Abe Combs. Okay, I don't know if you guys remember the little white girl who Diddy caught himself adopting. It's bad, y'all. because the little teeny bopper Ave Combs, who was introduced to us years ago on a live stream with the rest of Diddy's kids, has now grown up. And she too allegedly has a horrific experience of Diddy. She apparently has also been assaulted. And one of her assaulters, along with Diddy, include a relative of no other than Kanye West. Right. Everybody been trying to find her. Well, we think we found her. So what I want to start with first and foremost is checking on these likes. Because there's 500 of y'all in the building. It should be at least 400 likes. Come on, y'all. It's 600 of y'all in the building. It's 237 likes on this video. We should easily be at 400 likes. Easily be at 400 likes, y'all. We ain't got no weirdos over here. We ain't got nothing but supporters over here. We ain't got nothing but conscious crew members over here. We ain't got nothing but good community, loving, divine, amazing, non-weird people over here. So these likes should be liking, baby. Okay, we should be easily at 400 likes. And you guys know, the more you guys like the video, the better the stream does, the stronger the stream is. Continue to like. And I don't mind gas and stopping this live stream in order to get these likes up. Okay? Because we got to work. We got to work. We got to work. Okay? We got to work. I'm going to do the harder work. Y'all do the easy work. Just tapping on that thumbs up, baby. I'm going to do everything else, honey. Y'all just come through on the likes. All right? We at 298 likes. Should be well over 300 likes. Well over. And you guys see, when you guys thumbs up, the live stream jumps. Moderators, please continue to harass and bully folk into that thumbing up, baby. Okay, seize the kingdom by violence, baby. Okay, if we got to turn the live chat off altogether, that's fine with me. Okay, y'all can just watch and I can just work, and I ain't got to worry about performing for y'all. I ain't got to worry about getting dressed for y'all. I ain't got to worry about slaying this hair for y'all. I ain't got to worry about talking to nobody. I ain't got to do none of that. Matter of fact, we can go all the way back to pre-recorded. It's perfectly fine with me, baby, because I find all this to be a lot. Okay, live streaming is a lot. Okay, the only thing that makes it worth it is if you guys are going to support me going live. You guys can do that by thumbing up the video. It literally don't cost you nothing. It don't cost you nothing, baby. That's it. That's all. And you're not a weirdo. So it should be no reason. Should be no hiccup. Shouldn't be no discrepancy. Shouldn't be no defense mechanism. Shouldn't be no reason why you're over here and yet you can't hit the thumbs up on one of your favorite content creators' live streams, baby. Okay? I literally don't have to do this live. Okay? Let's continue the thumbs up, child. All right, let's get to Ave Combs. Let me refresh y'all memory, child. Let me refresh y'all's memory. Remember her? This little white lady right here, baby, who Diddy caught himself wanting to adopt. Okay, now this is courtesy of the Golden Girl GG page. The caption reads, Diddy adopted Ave Combs. According to Diddy and Ave Combs, he said he wants to be like Madonna, okay? Charlize Theron and Hollywood adopting black children as luxury accessories for adrenochrome, melanin, and child trafficking. This is beyond creepy. Children desperately need to be adopted, but this child is not one of them. She has parents. That is 4 kids we know he adopted. Quincy, Usher, Justin Bieber, and now Ave Combs, girl. Yikes! So let me go ahead and switch over my microphone. Thumbs up, you guys are in the building. And I want you guys to listen to this just to refresh our memory. Because Ave is all grown up now, girl. And she does not have a romantic tale of Diddy. Take a listen to this.
My name's Ava. I'm a Scorpio.
Ava.
No. What's your last name?
Oh my God, she's a Scorpio, just like me, just like Diddy. My God, today.
What's your other last name? Everybody Combs, yes, it was breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. I want you to tell them the story about how I adopted you. But you still have beautiful parents but you're my child also. But please tell the story.
So, I was on the streets, and then Papa Combs decided that he would like to be a caring man. So then he saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside and play with his kids.
That's like a little bit like borderline suspect. I don't want nobody. We want to get it clear. I adopted you like Madonna adopted kids and everybody else adopted kids. Charlize Theron, everybody that's ever adopted Sandra Bullock. I adopted you because I felt that you could, enjoy also having a black parent to take care of you and help you out. So, just clarify because it's crazy out here online. So
My name's Ava. I'm
Wow.
a Scorpio.
no. What's your last name?
Ava Combs.
What's your other last name?
Ava Baroni.
Everybody Combs? Yes, it was breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. I want you to tell them the story about how I adopted you.
Jesus. Okay, now this was very weird, very bizarre. Everybody was kind of spooked and nervous when Diddy announced this random white young girl that he seemingly just plucked and picked off the damn streets out of nowhere, and talking about how she needed a black daddy. Now here's the gag. Diddy probably is a great father. That's what's interesting about psychopathic ass narcs, okay? They might be abusing, terrorizing, and unaliving every damn body else, but they tend to have one reserved area of their life where they just are father, mother, human being of the damn year, okay? I believe Hitler had a pet whom was beloved to him, and apparently Hitler loved the shit out of this puppy baby. This was the only time that you would see Hitler soften up and see his so-called humanity was when it came to this damn puppy bitch, okay? I'm going to assume when that motherfucker died, that's when all hell broke loose on them damn people, baby. All right? So narcs love to particularly weaponize the kids. Two things are going to happen with the narking children. They're either going to abuse the children, and they're going to be an obvious war tactic against the other parent and or the in-laws or the family, or they're going to love bomb them so that they can be on the kids' good side in case they need to use them in war. Now, what I find to be interesting is that the twins are not being cared for by Kim's family. Apparently, the twins right now are in the care of one of Kim's friends, which tells me that there's some issues, rightfully so, between Diddy and the Porters, especially since Kim's father recently spoke out after the Cassie video came out of him abusing Cassie and was like, I wonder what the hell my daughter experienced. I'm sure the family also believes that Diddy has some connection to her death. He's related to Kim's untimely and unnatural passing. And with that being the case, I'm sure Diddy doesn't feel particularly welcomed and or particularly loved by the Porters, okay? The fact that those kids are not with their relatives on Kim's side, but it's with a friend of hers, is very telling about how thick the tension is between the Porters and the Combs. All right, thumbs up the video. Shout out to the 900 of y'all in the building. If y'all continue to thumbs up, we can get 1,000 folk up in her because y'all doing y'all part and hitting that thumbs up, baby. Y'all promoting the stream, so continue to thumbs up the video. So here it is. This white girl comes in. Well, apparently, despite Diddy claiming that, what's her name? Ava is adopted. Apparently, he never followed through and adopted Miss Ava because according to the nypost.com, Diddy never had a legally adopted daughter despite past claims before his arrest. Sean Diddy Combs wasn't serious when he said he adopted a girl named Ava Barrino in 2020, according to TMZ. The site reported Monday that the music mogul, who was recently arrested and hit with sex trafficking charges, was never the legal guardian of the person he alleged was his adopted daughter back in 2020. Sources tell the outlet that the video from 4 years ago, where Combs said that Ava's adopted father was a skit, has been overblown by concerned fans. In 2020 Instagram live session, Combs introduced Ava to his followers and told her to say her full name, Ava Combs Baroni, or Barino, or Baroni, or Bologna, or Bologna. Combs then said he adopted the white child as Ava, while other men appeared in the background, jokingly explained that she was on the streets before Papa Combs decided that he was going to be a caring man. Quote, so then he saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside and stay with his kids, Ava said, revealing that she's basically sisters with Combs' twin daughters, Jessie and Delilah. Combs, who has 7 children, said that Ava's story was a little bit borderline suspect before claiming that he adopted her like Madonna, Charlize Theron, and Sandra Bullock adopted their kids. The coming home rapper added that he got permission from Ava's mother to allegedly adopt her. He kissed her on the cheek at the end of the video. TMZ sources said Ava's parents were friends with Combs' late ex, Kim Porter, and that she remains close with Jessie and Delilah, 17 years of age. However, the insider claims that Diddy hasn't been in Ava's life recently, and her parents are keeping their distance from the famous record executive following his arrest. Combs was taken into custody in New York on September 16th by agents from Homeland Security just under 6 months after the agency raided his homes in Los Angeles and Miami. He was arraigned in a federal courthouse in Manhattan on September 17th and charged with felonies, sex trafficking, racketeering, conspiracy, and transportation to engage in that old nasty piece of prostitution, baby. The disgraced rapper has pleaded not guilty on all charges. He's behind bars at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, where he's being harassed by the Haitian goddess Dantor that he has tattooed on his back, the unmerciless soul of Kim Porter, the restless spirits of Tupac and Biggie's big back ass, baby. So no wonder that nigga ain't eating. His appetite has been suppressed. He's suffering from paranoia and withdrawal from pink powder and losing his damn mind. So I told y'all, when this trial comes, and I heard an attorney on CNN or on one of those damn Illuminati-ass networks say that they believe that a trial isn't going to come until a year from now. Could you imagine Diddy trying to internalize the fact that he's going to be sitting in isolation with cold ass string beans and biscuits made out of prison fart and boogers, all to his lonesome self, with only 1 hour of recess and only being able to wash his diaper ass 3 days out of the damn week, and on top of that, gets his food last and cold. If that nigga was willing to put up $50 million within a baby. He tried to get out of prison faster than his ass settled with Cassie, bitch. This man ain't built for this. This privileged ass, wealthy man who's used to the lap of luxury in no way can deal with living like a damn undocumented immigrant right now in a 4x4 ass cell, bitch. Diddy is going to be mentally ill by the time his ass goes to trial. I believe that his attorneys are going to have to argue reasonable insanity, baby. Okay? Diddy is going to come out of prison with a damn tree growing out of the top of his goddamn head, girl. I believe he's going to be seeing stars by the time trial starts, baby. Diddy ain't gonna make it. Something ain't gonna make it, baby. If Diddy's body survives, his damn mind won't, girl. And the fact that he gonna testify, his ass is as good as grass. On a Monday, people reported that Combs has communicated with his several children who are allegedly in a state of crisis and shock over his arrest, girl. Yeah, in shock that their asses ain't going to Belize on family vacation. In shock, girl, that, you know, he won't be funding no damn Sweet 21 or Sweet 22 or Sweet 18, girl. Yeah, bitch, shock at the fact that all the assets and accounts have been frozen, bitch. They in shock, all right. Combs has 3 sons, Quincy, Justin, and Christian, and 4 daughters, Jesse and Delilah, Chance, and Love. Christian was seen at the arraignment last week reading a copy of his father's 14-page indictment before the judge ruled that Combs would be held without bail. So, Miss Ava, apparently she's been found. Apparently she has resurfaced. And I'm going to let you guys hear from Miss Ava Combs. Okay? Once again, this is alleged, but this is what she has to say about her time with Diddy. Check this shit out here. And thumbs, matter of fact, before we go, let me see what these thumbs up is giving, baby. Because y'all working too. I can see that from the 1,000 in the chat, baby. But let me see. Let me see here. Let me make sure y'all making show. It's 1,200, 500 likes. Come on, y'all. Let's get these likes up to at least 700. 700 likes. Let's do it. Check out what Ava Combs has to say. She's all grown up now. And her story is dark.
And this is the part that for as long as I live, I will never fucking forget. It isn't actually the aspect of being sexually assaulted. That's not what haunts me. It's this. It's as these 2 grown men were pawing at me, trying to take my clothes off, I look over to this man and ask him for help, and I literally mouth the word help. And we lock eyes. And he looks away. I'm like, okay, there's 2 more men in the room. And I looked at his engineer next, who's sitting right next to him. And I know that he's married, and he just had a little baby girl. And I'm like, okay, he's gonna do something. And I look at him next, and I'm like, okay, like, do something, say something, do anything. And he looks down at his phone and starts texting. And then I was like, oh, fuck. I look at Kanye's cousin next. And I'm like, do something, you know, like fucking do something. And he spins his chair around. And that's when that, like, gut-wrenching fear set in. And I was like, oh, shit. No one's fucking saving me tonight. No one's gonna do anything. No one's...
So this is allegedly Ava Combs, okay, who's speaking about an incident that took place in a studio where grown men were attempting to strip her of her clothes, and I'm going to assume successfully SA'd her. And she looked to the engineers, she looked to the producer, she looked to various individuals. Okay, so this is Nia Heaton. This is my girl. Okay, so this is going around TikTok as Ava Combs. But Miss Niykee Heaton, she's actually one of my favorite singers. She did a song with the Migos called Bad Intentions. Like that whole album, not the album, but the acoustic live album that she did after that album is the shit. But this is her. Now remember, she also filed suit against Diddy earlier this year as well, if I'm not mistaken. If she didn't file suit, she definitely came forward and alleged that she had been assaulted. Apparently, this is her account that's being spread around TikTok as Ava Combs, okay, the white adopted daughter. Now, there's a part 2 to this video as well that I want you guys to hear from, because she is another one of Diddy's victims. And as you guys can see here from the TikTok channel, they have it under Ava Combs' profile and everything, child. A mess.
Apart from the aspect of, you know, looking for help and they turned away, the only other thing that really, really fucks with me is, what about all those other girls that were there? Those 9 other girls who were drinking the drinks before we even got there. Like, I know none of them got out. I know none of them got saved that night. And I'm like, did they even fucking remember? Did they even know what happened to them? Moral of the fucking story, stay out of the industry. If you have daughters, make sure to tell them that their idols, they should never meet and should never fucking go to the studio with anyone, even if you're invited there as an artist, unless you have a bodyguard with you. You know, I thought I'd feel better after telling that story, but I really don't. But I guess the point is that, I mean, the same shit happened with Cassie. As soon as she said what happened, no one believed her, and they gave her so much shit. And it wasn't until videos came out and more people stepped forward that people were like, oh, she was telling the truth. And I'm here to warn you guys that more people are going to come forward.
And they have, baby. This is just fucking tragic. This woman was being essayed in real time within an environment that housed individuals who could have intervened and saved her life, saved her and rescued her from this experience. And yet everybody looked the other way. This is common in this space. And this is what I mean by a lot of people sold their souls in various ways. It wasn't just people who did effed up things to get by, but a part of doing effed up things sometimes involved bearing witness to things that you knew were effed up and absolutely demonic. And because you wanted proximity, because you wanted access, because you wanted whatever it is you wanted, you turned a blind eye. And that blind eye came at the expense of hurt and harm to other individuals. For those of you who don't know who Niykee Heaton is, let me just go ahead and actually put up what I'm about to read on my phone. Let me pull her up. Matter of fact, let me show you guys a video real quick of her. If you guys are not familiar with her, she is a singer. She also was married to Jeff Logan, who is a influencer as well. Her ex, he's not her ex-husband, but her baby daddy. Jeff Logan, he starred in the Cardi B press video. That was the guy in the opening scene who Cardi, I think, caught with another woman and she unalived them both. That man is Niykee, Heaton's ex-husband. One of her first singles was Bad Intention featuring Amigos. I love the song. So sad this happened to all of these women, all of these men, and definitely all of these children, which we're going to be getting into in the next live chat. But this is her, just to give you guys a visual reference. For those of you who may not have heard of her. She was big in Scotland. Yeah, I can imagine. Okay, this is her, just for a visual reference. One of her first singles almost a decade ago. Great musician. Would have had no idea that she went through something like this. All right, let me show you her husband. Let me show you Jeff Logan. Is it Jeff Logan? Yeah, he's a whole like playboy in Hollywood, has skincare line, video model. This is him. All right, Jeff Logan. All right. Now, shout out to the 1500 in the building. Them thumbs up is thumbing up, honey. What I tell y'all? Niykee, Heaton on Diddy. Niykee also may be an individual who we may see show up as a witness in this case. They have now over 100 witnesses in this case, 50 of which is being represented by one law firm entirely. All right. Who is Niykee Heaton? Joining the wave of women speaking out against Sean Diddy Combs is Niykee Heaton. The American singer-songwriter, 29 years of age, has accused the Bad Boys record founder and Kanye West's cousin, of attempted assault when she was in a recording studio with them 10 years ago. Combs, 54, was arrested in New York by Kanye West. Kanye West's cousin was the one who turned away. Damn. Was arrested in New York on September 16th and is awaiting trial at a Metropolitan Detention Center, blah, 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 blah. Following the success of Bad Intentions, which is the video I just showed you guys, Niykee claimed in an Instagram live session that she was invited to a studio session to work on music by Kanye West in 2014. When she arrived at the studio, Ye was there with Combs. Quote, I was 19 years old. I just had left home. I got a call one day and it was like, hey, Kanye wants you to come into the studio, she said. Niykee Heaton claimed in the video that the two rappers allegedly tried to assault her in the studio, despite there being 3 other men, Kanye's executive, his sound engineer, and his cousin. Quote, I walked in and it's Kanye and Diddy. Immediately, I was like, there's something not right. Kanye and Diddy were probably drunk, but probably something else, she said in the video. She claimed that they approached her and made some unwelcome attempts. Matter of fact, hold on. They have the whole shit right here. Nope, never mind. She claimed that they approached her and made some unwelcome attempts, pressuring her to take her clothes off. Quote, I'm like, this is a bad situation. I'm creeped out, but there's no reason to panic. There are other men here, she said. They start pawing at me, and I'm like, you guys, stop. They're going to the point where they had ripped my shirt off and I'm almost fully exposed, she alleged. Niykee claimed that she mouthed the word help to Kanye's assistant while her shirt was being torn off. This is the part that for as long as I live, I'll never fucking forget, she said. It isn't actually the aspect of being actually assaulted. That's not what haunts me. It's as these two men were pawing at me, trying to take my clothes off. I look over to this man asking for help, and I literally mouth the word help, and we lock eyes, and he looks away. She said that she finally managed to escape out of the door, grabbing her clothes as she left. Neither Combs or Kanye have responded to Nike's accusations or the Instagram video in question, you guys. So once again, another victim, her story is resurfacing. It's being falsely branded as Ava Combs' testimony. It's not. However, Ms. Heaton, once again, she might have also been in contact or have gotten contacted by the feds, who are now also in the UK searching for victims, girl. When I tell you that they're trying to put Diddy ass under the prison, they're trying to put his ass under the prison, girl. They have a international manhunt going on right now for Diddy's alleged victims outside of the U.S. Within the U.S., they are pulling all cards. As the U.S. attorney spoke, this is an ongoing investigation. They are going to explore everything. For Diddy to say that he's going to get his manic ass up and testify, I need to literally be there to hear this shit, because I need to hear what type of raggedy ass, self-incriminating, preposterous narrative that Diddy is going to be able to conjure up to explain all of these accusations, audios, and now they have video evidence of Diddy in these freak-offs, cracked out, drugged up, opioid up, and that also have and are featuring individuals that are more high profile than him, indulging in these alleged freak-offs and trap house antics. We're going to get into all that in the next video, baby. There's a lot that's happening. Okay? Miss Heaton, will we be seeing her more? I have a feeling we will. Once again, I think this is going to be one of the longest trials. I think it's going to go on longer than Young Thug's trial. And I think it's going to be jaw-dropping. Now, moving along. Thalia Graves. You guys know Thalia Graves. She recently came forward. She's being represented, as I said in the beginning, by celebrity attorney Glorila Allfred. She is claiming that Diddy, along with his then security, Joseph Sherman, gang raped her, and that there is video and photo evidence of the assault on her that's being circulated around to the black market, like of other alleged P. Diddy freak-off tapes right now that are allegedly being circulated and percolated within the industry. They are attempted to be sold to media, to Netflix producers, ranging from $500 million a pop on up, girl. And everybody, well, we're going to get into it in the next live chat, girl. We're going to get into all of it. But Thalia Graves recently came forward, and I want to read her lawsuit in its entirety, because apparently the articles did not do it justice. Please continue to get these likes up, and shout out to the almost 1,700 folk in the building. Let me go ahead and screenshot this so I can share it out later and piss off all my ops, girl, because I just love pissing them hoes off. I love it. Let me screenshot real quick, you guys. Okay. Thalia Graves versus Sean Combs, Joseph Sherman, Daddy's House recording, and everything that Diddy fucking owns is the goddamn defendant, all right? In or around the summer of 2001, plaintiff's life was violently knocked off course when defendant Sean Combs and Joseph Sherman viciously raped her at the Bad Boys Record studio in New York City. Wow. Plaintiff was 25 at the time and dating one of Combs' employees, a relationship that Combs exploited to lure plaintiff into meeting him and Sherman alone. Once they successfully sequestered plaintiff Combs, and Sherman gave plaintiff a drink, likely laced with a drug that eventually caused her briefly to lose consciousness. She awoke to find herself bound and restrained. Combs and Sherman proceeded to brutally sexually abuse and violate plaintiff. Combs mercilessly raped her anally and vaginally. This woman was sodomized. Sherman forcefully slammed plaintiff onto a table, slapped her, and repeatedly thrust his penis into her mouth. Trigger warning, you guys. Both men were undeterred by plaintiff's cries for help throughout the attack. Plaintiff never recovered from defendant's violent rape. She had suicidal thoughts and ideation and has received extensive psychological treatment because of defendant's attacks. For decades, she remained silent and did not report the crime out of fear that defendants would use their power to ruin her life, as she had repeatedly explicitly threatened to do. As they had repeatedly explicitly threatened to do. To this day, plaintiff suffers from severe depression, anxiety, and panic attacks, and still lives in fear of defendants. Any progress plaintiff had made in healing from the attack over the years was dramatically reversed on or around November 27th of last year, when she learned for the first time that Combs and Sherman had video recorded the horrific rape 22 years before and had shown the video to multiple men seeking to publicly degrade and humiliate both plaintiff and her boyfriend. Plaintiff could not believe that defendants would record themselves committing such a gruesome crime and then proceed proudly and widely to disseminate the recording of it. She was distraught and sunk into a deep depression. She again considered ending her life. This action seeks redress for defendants' brutalizing, misogynistic, and violent attacks on plaintiffs starting in 2001, with their rape and continuing in the subsequent years as they compounded her humiliation by showing the video of the actual assault to others. Plaintiff Thalia Graves is a female who resides in Harris County, Texas. Now, you guys know Diddy is in the business of disseminating tapes. Remember 50 Cent's bit back square jaw ass stated that he had very compromising images of Cassie way before Cassie came forward and filed suit, way before we ever saw the infamous CNN video, and that these images of Cassie allegedly from these freak-off events were circulating within the industry. They were ending up in the hands of her peers, and 50 Applehead ass claimed that he contacted Diddy, which is bizarre because he never contacted Cassie, the person who was incriminated in these photos. But once again, it just goes to show you how these raggedy, dusty, backfoot ass niggas, they stick together, girl, under all and every circumstance. Okay, he called Diddy before even communicating to Cassie that these things were circulating about her. Also, remember that in Cassie's lawsuit, she told us that one of the reasons why she stayed with Diddy was because he was blackmailing her with these recordings. He would make her endure freak-offs, get her high up, drugged out, etc. And then when they would be on private jets flying to other destinations, he would make her watch the freak-off tapes back. And because she was so afraid of what this would do to her public image, that she was too scared to leave. She was too scared to be humiliated by what Diddy had been documenting and chronicling this entire time in order to be able to control her. You guys also know that a whole male sex worker came forward and handed over a freak off video of himself, Diddy, and another woman who had engaged in a freak off. So these recordings, you know, they're being sold. They're in the hands of the sex workers themselves. I'm interested to know when trial happens, just how, like, what were the circumstances around these recordings? Was it in contract that these sex workers and prostitutes could have a dub copy of it? Did the sex workers have to buy this footage from Diddy? Just how did people get access to this stuff? The lawsuit goes on to say that defendant Sean Combs is a male who, on information and belief, resides in LA, California, though at the time of filing was incarcerated in the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. On information and belief, at all relevant times, Combs owned and or controlled Bad Boy Entertainment Holdings and belief. At all relevant times, Combs owned or controlled Bad Boys Entertainment Holdings, Inc., Bad Boy Productions Holding, and all of his goddamn companies, Daddy's House, the whole nine. The facts of Combs' ownership and titles at the Combs Corporations enabled him to commit the unlawful sexual violence against plaintiff described herein and or to harass and subsequently intimidate her into silence after the rape. Defendant Joseph Sherman, aka Big Joe, is a male who, on information and belief, resides in Westchester County, New York. On information and belief, Sherman was employed by Combs and or by the Combs Corporations during the relevant period. The facts of Combs' ownership and titles and Sherman's titles at the Combs Corporations enabled Sherman to commit the unlawful sexual violence against plaintiff described herein and or to harass and subsequently intimidate her. Okay, girl, why the fuck did my computer just jump? All the way. All the way out of bound. All the way out of pocket. Hold on, my computer just did the fucking most. I can't believe my computer just did this. Here we go. Combs and Sherman used the Bad Boy premise recording studio and their ownership and titles at Bad Boy to commit the unlawful sexual violence against plaintiff described herein and or to harass and subsequently intimidate her into silence after the rape. Defendant Bad Boy Entertainment Holdings, Inc. is a domestic business corporation, etc. Bad Boy, yes, 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 yes. Defendant, yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, all of the legalities. Each of the Combs corporations aided and abetted Combs and Sherman in committing the unlawful sexual violence against plaintiff described herein and or in harassing and subsequently intimidating her into silence after the rape, provided Combs and Sherman with the studio office space where they committed the rape and or with shadow, including recording equipment, storage equipment. This woman want for the whole gusto, baby. She want the driver. She want the lease, whoever leased the damn building, the property management, baby. She is going for the gusto. Like every part of her damn experience that led up to and after her experience, baby, she want the head of, on period. Or after egos for Combs completely dominated by him and used for his personal interests and to engage in wrongdoing with harm plaintiff and others served as vehicles for Combs to move, dispose of, and or insulate his assets, including in connection with his criminal activities and to avoid compensating the victims of his many crimes, including plaintiff. All right, then it just goes on, girl. let's see here. The Bad Boys enterprise is the foundation of Combs' wealth and power. Bad Boy has sold over 500 million records through its lucrative distribution deals with the top music companies in the world and has signed acclaimed hip-hop and R&B artists, including B.I.G., Mary J. Blige, and Usher. Combs later founded CEO, blah, 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 to serve as a home for his portfolio of business, including investments, music, fashion, fragrance, beverage, marketing, film, television, and media industries. Girl, she's going for Cyrock and the cable company Revolt Media. Combs has a long history of violence and abusing, raping women, and there have been several civil lawsuits filed against Combs in the past year alleging actual violence and abuse. On September 16th of 2024, Combs was arrested and charged with racketeering and sex trafficking. He was denied bail. Defendant Sherman, also known as Big Joe, here it is, was employed by Combs as his bodyguard and head of security during the relevant time period described herein and served in various roles in the Combs corporations. Sherman is also the founder of Rhymes and Dimes magazine, a New York State registered corporation, and through or in connection with that company produces and distributes pornography. Wow. On information and belief, he has often distributed videos of his and or his friends' sexual assaults through his pornography company. Wow, wow, wow. Plaintiff met defendant Combs in or around late 1999 or early 2000 through her then boyfriend, who was an executive at Bad Boy. In addition to working together, plaintiff's boyfriend and Combs had a close personal relationship. Plaintiff frequently visited her boyfriend at the Bad Boy studio in New York and attended events hosted at Combs' residences. Over time, plaintiff became familiar with Combs and he knew about her relationship with her boyfriend. In or around the summer of 2001, plaintiff received a call from Combs concerning her boyfriend's employment at Bad Boy. He told her he wanted to meet her in person to discuss her boyfriend's supposed performance issues. Her boyfriend was determined to climb up the ladder at Combs Records label and asked his romantic partner. Hold on, wait, bitch, what? Her boyfriend was determined to climb up the ladder at Combs record label. Oh, and as his romantic partner, plaintiff was committed to helping him. Girl, I was almost about to not read that part. Plaintiff agreed to meet Combs. In retrospect, it was evidently a sick and twisted way of using his ownership of and title at Bad Boy and its affiliate entities to abuse plaintiff and also show his power and ability to humiliate her boyfriend, his executive. A few hours later, Combs arrived at plaintiff's mother's residence in Queens with Sherman, who was employed by Combs and his bodyguard at the time. Sherman was driving an SUV and Combs was in the back seat. After plaintiff entered the vehicle, Combs offered her a glass of wine, which she accepted. Combs began discussing the alleged concerns about her boyfriend's performance at work. Meanwhile, as plaintiff drank what had been handed to her, she started to feel lightheaded, dizzy, and physically weak. In retrospect, it is clear that Combs had caused a drug to be put in plaintiff's drink, as a few sips of wine had never impacted her that way. Now remember, this man is also not only indicted on racketeering charges, but on trafficking narcotics. Now remember, we discussed a few live streams back that one of the ways in which, so there were two types of drugged out ass people at Combs' party. Those who were participating in explicit party favors and party candy, the cocaine, the oxycodone, the poppers, the pink powder, the liqueur, etc. And then there were those who were secretly being drugged, okay? There were two ways that Combs was drugging people up. He would spike sometimes the drinks, other times, to be more discreet, he would infuse the ice cubes with drugs. So this would really catch people off guard. And it was also a way to make it almost impossible for people to track exactly what happened to them and if something had been poured into their drink, because with infused ice cubes, you are able to pop soda, pop open a fresh bottle of wine with a individual, not thinking anything of it, because we are taught that something is put in your drink after the fact. Nobody would ever think to be speculating over the nature of the ice cubes them damn selves, which were infused with cocaine. Also, allegedly, the reason why the feds retrieved the 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant is because the lubricant isn't just lubricant. It isn't just baby oil. Apparently, the baby oil is laced and infused as well with the drug called GHB, I believe, which is known to produce feelings of euphoria, extreme relaxation, and social ability, which are all things you would want a person to be embodying in a situation where they're going to have to become really, 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 really social. Okay, I mean, it's a freak off, for God's sakes. So this drug GHB almost acts like a popper. It relaxes you, turns you up, helps you to lose your inhibition. And that was the lube itself. The lube itself was literally cracked out. I mean, this is nasty, diabolical work. And apparently this woman, as far back as 1999, 2001, was experiencing this as well. Combs and Sherman drove plaintiff to the Bad Boy studio in Manhattan. When they arrived and plaintiff tried to get out of the car, she realized that she was feeling odd and found it difficult to walk. She assumed this was her fault and did her best to act normal and followed Combs as he led her eventually to a couch in a private room in the Bad Boy studio. She later came to understand this was Combs' personal lounge and office at the Bad Boy studio. Combs sat on the couch next to plaintiff and continued speaking to her. Plaintiff began feeling even more woozy and sedated. She then lost consciousness. When plaintiff regained consciousness, she was naked and her hands were tied behind her back with what felt like a plastic grocery bag. Plaintiff shouted for help. In response, Sherman lifted her up from the couch and forcefully slammed her face down on what was apparently a pool table. Shortly thereafter, Combs entered the room naked. Combs reached for a container of lubricant that smelled like menthol. Once again, this is why the feds confiscated the 1,000 bottles of lube and baby oil. It ain't just lube or baby oil. That shit is being forensically tested as we speak. And proceeded to apply it to his penis. He then bent plaintiff over the table, causing her feet to dangle above the floor, forcefully held her down, and anally penetrated her without her consent. Plaintiff is 4 feet 11 inches tall and weighed only 103 pounds at the time. Plaintiff was unable to move, totally overpowered physically, in addition to being drugged and bound. Shout out to the 2042 folk in the building. Thumbs up the video, you guys. Share, and subscribe if you're new here. Plaintiff screamed out in pain, but Combs continued to violently anally grape her. He easily physically overpowered her, smashing her head down on the pool table while she futilely tried to wiggle out from under him. During the brutal attack, plaintiff vomited into her mouth and on the table. At one point, she involuntarily defecated. He wiped. Combs was undeterred. This woman was having an adverse reaction to whatever drug Diddy allegedly laced his penis with, while she's also emotionally and physically reacting to a brutal anal and vaginal assault. She is throwing up and she is defecating on herself, and Combs doesn't give a fuck. He wipes himself off, applied more lubricant instead, and without any acknowledgement of plaintiff's distress, proceeded to vaginally penetrate plaintiff. Plaintiff experienced intense pain and burning sensations in her vagina and anus. Plaintiff continued to scream for help because of the extreme pain she felt as Combs penetrated her over and over. She then lost consciousness again. Could you fucking imagine? I have never in my life been actually assaulted. And God bless the minds and the hearts of anybody who has had to live through such a thing. The next time she regained consciousness, plaintiff was on the couch and Sherman was standing in front of her with his bare penis in her face. Sherman slapped plaintiff in the face and forcefully inserted his penis into her mouth. Sherman slapped her yet again and continued to thrust his penis into plaintiff's mouth. Plaintiff once again lost consciousness. When she next woke, plaintiff was on the couch naked and alone in the room. Plaintiff was in severe pain and distress. Her anus and vagina burnt, her face and wrists were bruised, and her genital area smelled strongly of menthol. She felt a liquid, presumably semen, dripping out from inside of her. Her dress was thrown over her head. Her purse was on the couch next to her. Her bra was on the floor nearby. She did not see her underpants. Terrified that Combs and Sherman would return, plaintiff quickly got dressed and bolted out of the studio room where she had been raped. Still dizzy and weak, plaintiff called a livery driver that her family regularly hired and knew well. The driver picked her up from outside Bad Boy Studio. She was disheveled, crying uncontrollably, and suffering from agonizing pain. The driver drove her to the hospital and tried to convince her to report the rape and get a rape kit, but she was unable to leave the car, shaking and crying hysterically, and terrified of what Combs would do to her and her family if she reported him. Plaintiff sustained serious physical injuries in the aftermath of the rape. As noted, she had burning in her vagina and anus and bruising on her wrists and face. In the days after the assault, she suffered prolonged anal bleeding and hemorrhoids. Because of Combs' power and notoriety, plaintiff was afraid to report what had happened. She was involved in a contentious divorce and custody battle at the time and feared that reporting the rape would cause her to lose custody of her young child. Plaintiff confided in her boyfriend Combs' employee, hoping he would comfort and support her. But instead of supporting her, he discouraged her from disclosing the assault, telling her that it could negatively impact his own career. Following the assault and multiple times over the years, both Combs and Sherman contacted plaintiff and want her to be silent, threatening repercussions, including plaintiff potentially losing custody of her son if she ever disclosed the assault. Because of their enormous power in the industry, including through her ownership of and positions of the Combs corporations, plaintiff knew that they could follow through on their threats. Plaintiff told close friends that Sherman and Combs had drugged and savagely raped her, but as noted, was afraid to report the attack to the police out of fear that defendants would follow through on their threats. She was even afraid to stay in New York City while Combs lived there. So with the help of a friend, she fled to Pennsylvania. Plaintiff has in fact relocated multiple times throughout the years in an effort to stay away from Combs. Plaintiff has suffered irreparable harm because of the brutal grape by defendants Combs and Sherman. She suffers from severe depression and post-traumatic stress disorder. She also suffered suicidal ideation and intrusive thoughts and has attempted to end her life. Plaintiff lives in constant fear. She struggles with hypervigilance and experiences anxiety, panic attacks in social settings, preferring to be alone. Her need to hide to feel safe has strained her relationships with friends and family. Defendant's grape has also impacted plaintiff's ability to engage in sexual acts with her intimate partners. To this day, she cannot be in certain sexual positions without experiencing flashbacks of Combs violently penetrating her from behind. On or around, shout out to the 2,300 of y'all in the building. Let me go ahead and screenshot this to piss off the ops. I need a breaker anyway. You know, at this point, I'm going to need to file suit against damn Diddy for pain and suffering, baby, because I'm pretty sure we're all going to need a damn disability check after we're done with this whole thing. On or around November of 2023, all the trauma of the grape came flooding back to plaintiff when her former boyfriend revealed to her for the first time that Combs and Sherman had recorded and published the video of the horrific attack. Earlier that month, Cassie Ventura had came forward and filed a lawsuit against Combs for subjecting her to years of severe sexual and physical abuse. The case has been settled one day after it had been filed. Plaintiff's former boyfriend invoked Ms. Ventura's efforts to hold Combs accountable and for the first time confessed that years earlier, but sometime after the actual grape itself, Sherman and Combs had showed him and a group of men, some of whom were also employed by Combs companies and or their related entities, the video of plaintiff being raped. Her boyfriend is fucking trash. This nigga stayed with this company, told her not to report the rape because it could infringe upon his employment, and then also bear witness to Combs and Sherman having video evidence of this whole ordeal, and didn't even disclose this to this woman until Cassie's lawsuit, not to mention not standing up for her, not having her back to make the situation worse. He disclosed that Combs and Sherman had a pattern and practice of non-consensually recording women engaging in sexual acts and making those videos available to the public, including by selling tapes as pornography. So Sherman, who was Diddy's security and bodyguard, also owned a pornography company and would disseminate some of this dark web as content, which was either them engaging in consenting sexual experiences with women who were not consenting to being recorded, or would record their heinous and diabolical ass rape of women and disseminate that through the internet and through his corn company. No wonder this woman is suing the damn draws off of everybody involved. And my damn thing just jumped again. Hold on, I don't even know what the hell we were. Okay, here it is, I think. Hold on. This thing just jumped again. This is fucking insane. Nope, read that. I don't know why this shit is jumping like this. Wow. Okay, hold on. I think we're coming. This is fucking nuts. Okay, hold on. I read through all that. Let's get to the bottom. This is in fucking insane. Y'all thumbs up the video. Okay, here it is. And making the videos available to the public, including by selling tapes as pornography. A Bad Boy artist later corroborated in a text message that Sherman used to sell corn of him doing this to chicks, and that Sherman did that to a lot of women. Plaintiff's former boyfriend reported that he and the other men watched the recording of Plaintiff Grape on a handheld camera while at the Bad Boy studio in New York City. Combs, Sherman, and some of the other men made derogatory comments about the former boyfriend's relationship with Plaintiff in an attempt to shame him into cutting ties with Plaintiff and to cause her further emotional harm and embarrassment. This is a literal humiliation ritual. You can't tell me that the demons and the principalities and the unclean, perverse ass spirits that are in these damn people are not feeding off of damn adrenochrome, are not feeding off of the distress and the PTSD and the low vibrationalness of their victims. They're literally getting off to people being suicidal, people being driven out of their fucking minds. On information and belief that defendants continue to show the video of the grape to others over the years and through to the present and or sold the video as pornography, Plaintiff was shocked and horrified that Combs and Sherman had recorded and publicized the video of them raping her. After over 2 years spent trying to heal and distance herself from the experience, Plaintiff was devastated by the news. She felt as if her life had been turned upside down again, and like the grape had been happening again and again, even as she was trying to forget it. She experienced acute psychological distress, plunging into a deep depression and having suicidal ideations. She felt intense fear, anger, and anxiety. Plaintiff lives with the distress of knowing that the video of her brutal rape is in circulation and that anyone, including her family, friends, and peers, could view it at any time. In panic, she reached out to Sherman after learning about the tape, hoping to protect herself from further humiliation by convincing him to destroy the tape or provide it to her, but he did not respond. Combs has a long history of violence and abuse. This long-standing behavior has been enabled by his ownership of and titles at the Combs corporations and their affiliated entities and the immense wealth and power he has amassed through such business dealings. Among a long list of allegations in 1996, he was found guilty of criminal mischief for threatening a photographer from the New York Post with a GUN. In 1999, he was arrested and charged with second-degree assault and criminal mischief in connection with the beating of a record executive, and arrested again the same year in relation to a Udi and a nightclub in New York. That female victim has consistently stated that Combs shot her in the face at point-blank range. Combs also has a pattern and practice of using his power and influence in the music industries to submit people to actual violence, often drugging his victims and or coercing them to consume drugs, and recording the assaults, often without the victim's knowledge, just as he did with Plaintiff. In the past year, a number of these people have come forward to accuse Combs of actual assault, violent rapes, and or sex trafficking. In November 2023, 3 lawsuits were filed against Combs under the New York Adult Survivors Act, as noted above. Cassie Ventura, an artist signed to Bad Boy, sued Combs in the Southern District of New York for rape and years-long physical abuse, facilitated in part by Combs having supplied Ms. Ventura with copious amounts of drugs and urging her to take them beginning in 2006. Combs regularly recorded Ms. Ventura engaging in sex acts he forced her to engage in. Joe Dickerson Neal, who had appeared with Combs in a music video, sued Combs in New York County Supreme Court, alleging Combs drugged her, actually assaulted her, and secretly recorded the assault in 1991. Liza Gardner, whom Combs met at an event hosted by a record label affiliated with Bad Boy, sued him for raping her and a friend in 1990 or 1991 when she was only 16. So this is who that was. Liza Gardner. Wow. In December 2023, an anonymous plaintiff sued Combs in the Southern District of New York for drugging and gang raping her in 2003 when she was only 17 years old. The complaint, this is who people are believing is Tierra Marie. The complaint alleges that Combs and one of his business associates and employees lured plaintiff to Daddy's house through her affiliations with the Bad Boy Enterprise and its related entities and raped her at the same location where plaintiff was raped. In February 2024, Rodney Lloyd Rod Jones, one of Combs' former producers, sued Combs for forcing him to engage in unwanted sex acts and sex trafficking, among other allegations. In that complaint, Mr. Jones alleges that Combs regularly drugged others, including minors, by giving them alcoholic beverages laced with ecstasy and other date-rape drugs, and that he believes he himself was drugged by Combs and that Combs routinely secretly recorded sexual encounters. Lil Rod Jones and Don from Danity Kane's lawsuits both accused Diddy of trafficking minors, drugging minors, and abusing minors. In May 2024, 2 more women sued Jones. Former model Crystal McKinney sued Combs in the Southern District of New York for drugging and actually assaulting her at his recording studio in 2003. Combs has promised to help advance Miss Kidney's modeling career, a promise she believed he would fulfill because of his ownership of and or titles at Bad Boy Enterprise and its related entities. April Lampros, an intern at Arista Records, which was an owner of Bad Boy, also sued Combs in May of 2024 in New York City County Supreme Court for raping her on multiple occasions, secretly filming at least one of the assaults and showing the recording to multiple people. Miss Lambros alleges that Combs ordered her to take drugs on one occasion before he raped her. In July of 2024, former adult film star Adria English, who was employed by Combs as an entertainer at his infamous white parties that brought together the biggest names in the music and entertainment industries, you guys know he's obsessed with sex workers, sued Combs in the Southern District of New York for sex trafficking, alleging that he required her to consume drinks laced with ecstasy and secretly recorded the actual acts he forced her to engage in. In September of 2024, singer and songwriter Dawn Angelique Richard also sued Combs. Richard was employed by Combs as part of the girl group Danity Kane, formed by Combs and later as a key member of Combs' band Dirty Money. She sued Combs in the Southern District of New York for actually assault, false imprisonment, and for subjecting her to hostile work conditions due to her gender, including degrading comment and threats. Ms. Richard has alleged that Combs regularly supplied others, including minors, with copious amounts of drugs and alcohol and subjected them to actual acts while they were sedated and or unconscious due to drugs and alcohol. On September 16th of 2024, Combs was arrested at a Manhattan hotel after a grand jury indicted his motherfucking ass on charges of sex trafficking and racketeering. The indictment details how for decades Combs abused, threatened, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires. This is the part that I want the little Boosies and DJ Envies of the world to keep in mind. Diddy is not indicted because he's a freak nigga and he like to do freak-ish. He's being indicted and charged because he coerced, threatened, menaced, abused, drugged, secretly recorded people without their consent. Okay? This man is hardly being tried because he has a high freak count, girl. I mean, all of America would be damn indicted if that was the case. but that's the part that they conveniently leave out of their dissertations. It notes that Combs' abuse of women was enabled by the employees' resources and influence of the multifaceted business empire that he led and controlled, creating a criminal enterprise whose members and associates engaged in and attempted to engage in, amongst other crimes, sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. So the question still becomes, will we see that RICO result in multiple arrests? Because a lot of times it doesn't. We might see 2 or 3 more people arrested in connection to this racketeering charge, but more than likely we're not going to see a grand sweep. We didn't even see it in the R. Kelly case. And it's really because the feds like to offer plea deal and immunity to the day players involved in these situations in exchange for their testimony and their cooperation and their obtainment of the incriminating evidence. So a lot of these people, like security, the drivers, the accountants, hotel management, managers, etc., girl, these are people who are more than likely going to be able to avoid prison time in exchange for cooperating with putting Diddy ass away for the rest of their life, which I'm not sure how I feel about that. I understand plea deals, and I understand that, you know, sometimes you gotta prioritize the lesser of the 2 evils, or the most, or the highest of the damn 2 evils. But I feel like plea deal and all, bitch, hoes still need to be doing time, because you're talking about people who intentionally facilitated the imprisonment and the drugging and the abuse of other human beings. And they should not be allowed to get completely off the motherfucking hook in exchange for a testimony they should be damn providing anyway for the wrong ass shit they were doing in an attempt to be aligned with Diddy, and or just being as sick as he is. Because what happens to these people who get these qualified immunities because they cooperated or because they come forward? These same people go back into society and work in daycares and work as teachers and bus drivers, and they don't have to register or anything. This is some dangerous shit. Once again, I get the strategy, but goddamn, bitch. Like, this is too much. Here we go. Creating a criminal enterprise whom members and associates engaged in and attempted to engage in, among other crimes, sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of damn justice. My shit done jumped up again, but this is a mess. It notes that Combs' assaults on women include striking, punching, dragging, throwing objects at, and kicking them. Combs was also charged with using the Combs business, including certain employees, to carry out, facilitate, and cover up his abuse and commercial sex. And the indictment notes that his employees' conduct was facilitated and assisted by Combs' control of the Combs business. The indictment specifically refers to the involvement of Combs' security staff, likely referring to Sherman. It notes that Combs and his affiliates recorded sexual assaults and controlled victims through the use of drugs. In or about March 2024, law enforcement seized narcotics and more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant from Combs' residence. Combs' long history of violence amongst women makes unmistakably clear that his actions, including his attack of plaintiff, has been motivated by gender. So I wonder if they're going to be able to get Diddy on some type of femicide charges, you know, very specific gender-based crimes, Specifically, he has a profound contempt for women and an ongoing practice of denigrating and trying to humiliate them. And in Diddy's case, he's also done that with men. Combs' treatment of plaintiff accords with his pattern and practice of drugging, raping, and secretly recording the women he's abusing. Plaintiff hereby incorporates each of the following foregoing paragraphs as if fully set forth herein, girl. And the rest is really history, child. The rest is history. Diddy is going to be both sentenced to life in prison, and his ass is going to be stinking broke by the time he's done paying and settling out of court and paying for legal representation. I mean, this man must have New York's attorney offices in a chokehold right now, bitch. This man got damn near 15, 20 civil lawsuits against him. The attorneys are getting fed. Deeply fed, baby. Okay? And Diddy is still locked up while these civil lawsuits are rolling the hell in. Don's rolled in 6 days prior to his arrest. Thalia Graves is coming, 2 weeks into his arrest. And then there is another lawsuit by a woman that was filed, I think, the day after or 2 days after Thalia's. Girl, they're rolling in. Diddy would have a better chance, girl, talking to God and just go ahead and heading off into the spirit world, baby. Because Diddy got to know that he's cooked. Diddy got to know that he's cooked. And the fact that he don't even know all of what he is even going to be dealing with, baby. This is going to be, as I keep saying, a very star-studded event. You got the Kardashians who are resurfacing in this thing. Khloe Kardashian is all over Keeping Up with the Kardashian over the years, talking about being at the freak-offs, talking about Justin Bieber going naked to some of these freak-off events. You got the ushers talking about flavor camps. You got all this video evidence of people at the before party. And then all these allegations about the after party. The feds already came into the indictment with audios of Diddy trying to bribe, coerce, threaten alleged victims to change their stories. For everybody who wants to believe that this was consensual, if it's consensual, why the hell is Diddy bribing people? Why is Diddy threatening people? If this is all consenting. Now you got one of the alleged sex workers turning in a freak-off video that shows Diddy in compromised positions. They have alleged more videos of Diddy and people who have a higher social profile and per capita than him engaging in drug taking and these alleged freak-offs. And once again, the freak-offs are not what's illegal. It's the coercing, it's the drugs, it's the trafficking of drugs, which is illegal. I know hip-hop makes drug selling so glamorous that sometimes y'all forget it's illegal to sell drugs, to disseminate drugs, and to partake in drugs. Illegal, illegal, illegal. And he's beating the hell out of individuals. He's graping these individuals, and some of these victims are minors. Albino women, men, albino girls, boys, women and men. It's a mess out here. Do you believe that the elites like Clive Davis, Lucian, etc. will be locked up? No. Clive Davis will be dead, baby, before they even get a trial date. If Clive Davis is ever indicted, baby, have y'all not seen Clive Davis is literally hanging on by a puppeteer string, girl? Clive Davis got like one strand of hair and 2 good teeth left, baby. And he don't even know who the hell Diddy is at this damn point, baby. Okay, I don't even know the difference between Clive and Joe Biden at this damn point, girl. Okay, they could be damn stunt doubles for one another. Clive is cooked, girl. Old age done cooked Clive, baby. That broccoli been done, sugar. Okay, but nonetheless, he still should be tried, girl. Because even if that bitch died tomorrow, baby, we'll roll that goddamn casket right on into the damn Supreme Court, girl, and charge her corpse accordingly, bitch. Because in the next life, girl, you're sentenced to life, bitch. Okay, you got 3 life sentences, mama. Okay, you want to reincarnate it. You want to reincarnate in cuffs, girl. On period. Girl, Clive is cooked, girl. So y'all probably not going to get a Clive moment. That don't mean that more tea won't spill out about Clive, girl. But Clive ass is going to make sure he dead, bitch, before it's all said and done. And girl. Baphomet, I commend my spirit into thy hand, says Clive Davis, girl. Clive will call upon the Baphomet, baby, to come and rapture his spirit, bitch, before the feds come up in there and get him out of his shit, girl. He did. A lot of them got away with it because a lot of them sit at a higher part of the pyramid than Diddy does. Justice is going to come slower for those sitting at the point. The closer you are to the point of that social pyramid, the slower justice will be. You know, the people who are sitting the furthest to the base of the pyramid are the people who you're going to probably see in your lifetime be held accountable. So who I think we probably will see, we'll probably see a lot of the day players. We'll probably see the Diddys, the Jay-Z's. Beyonce will probably go down in this lifetime as well. Oprah ass. You know. All of the visible, very tangible folks. Because it seemed like there's going to be a rollover effect. And we're going to get into that rollover effect, okay? I just didn't want to make the whole live long as fuck because I didn't know how long this lawsuit is going to be, girl. These people coming for their money. I'm sure the feds are all over Thalia Graves right now. Miss Gloria could not answer whether her client has been contacted as of yet by the feds. We're going to assume she has been because Gloria refused to just indefinitely say, hell yeah. Once again, I think it's going to be a star-studded event. I think it's going to be some very hardcore bombshells are going to be dropped. And I do not think that this Diddy trial is going to expose everything. Because I don't think the feds have everything. That plane that was over in the Caribbean islands months ago while Diddy was pooching around playing pickleball and cutting cartwheels and backflips and drinking out of water fountains and shit, public water fountains at that. That plane got the deepest of the darkest secrets on it. But apparently, girl, there's some big shit circulating the streets of the media right now. So we're going to get into all of those updates. So I want you guys to join me. In about 10 minutes, I'm going to set up that live stream and we're going to get into all of the shit that's currently going on. Justin Bieber and his frail ass body. The alleged tunnels that are under Diddy's home. This new alleged freak off video with this person who was more powerful and famous than Diddy. All these celebrities who have scrubbed their accounts since Pink and Usher, because Jay-Z done scrubbed his shit clean. They're both losing followers, like millions. Losing them by the bundle, bitch. There's a lot going on, girl. So we got to get into it, all right? So I'll see you guys in about 20 minutes. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Have your thumbs up and shares already out of the way so we can just get to the milk and cookies, baby, the milk and cookies. And if you enjoyed yourself, shout out to the 50.1. Don't that look good, baby? Don't 50.1K just look good, baby? I love this for us. Ain't that look good? Damn. That's a cute number for us. Yes, God. Shout out to the 50. Not even 50K, 50.1, bitch. Do your one better. On period. Shout out to the 2,400 folk we had in the building today. I'll see you guys in the next live. Subscribe, share. Leave your thoughts in the comments. And I'll see you guys in the next live. Braids and all. Bye. Oh, if you enjoyed yourself, baby, y'all know what to do. Hit that old nasty piece of Cash App up and that PayPal, darling. Love ya. Bye.